This has been my hardest month since I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis a few years back. I don't remember having so many emotions all of the time, feeling so sad, so tired. I think for the past month, my emotions felt like they were coated in stickiness, and even things that would usually make me happy, like running and hiking, have just not felt the same. It's just hasn't felt as enjoyable. And I forgot what it was like. I really forgot what it was like. And I think when you've gone through burnout like me and depression, I'm really afraid, and I'm actually really ashamed and afraid to admit that when I have low periods in my life, I am so scared right away that I am going to go through depression again. I really am. And this month, I think the hardest thing has been that my emotions have been all over the place. And I've really become good over the years at becoming aware of my emotions, feeling them, naming them, knowing what emotions they were, identifying them, letting them go, deciding to act on them or not. It felt like a very well-oiled machine. This past month, I was completely thrown this out the window. First off, I felt very strong emotions because someone I'm very close to got diagnosed with the same chronic disease as mine, multiple sclerosis, and it's just felt like this weird mix of feeling responsible and guilty, feeling like I really had to be present for them all of the time. Not that they asked, but that's what I decided to do. Feeling really scared as well, because I remember I was scared when that happened. I'm not anymore. I mean, I'm not saying I'm never scared, but it's definitely not the same. And then when that happened, I was still also only in the second month. I was like starting the third month at my new job, and so it's really hard to navigate being in a place that is still new and that you're still in the trial periods, and there are fears around that, even though all the feedback I've gotten is very positive. I don't know about you, but every company I've been, when I am in the trial period, even if I'm doing good, I'm like, you never know, it's still a trial period, right? So navigating that and then having to navigate as well, you know, just other people close to me not feeling super well mentally, and so feeling like I couldn't rely on them as much like I usually do for when I am feeling down. And then deciding in the mix of all of this that it was a good time to start working out again. At least this week, not last week. Last week I was resting, but this week deciding that I was gonna start working out again, because even though I know that I usually feel like crap for the first 2 weeks when I start working out again, because my body is so tense, it adds on to my anxiety and stress and emotions. I also felt like I usually feel better and more anchored in and when I am working out and when my body is feeling good. But right now I'm still in that period of like I am really tired and tense, and so my sleep isn't as good and everything. But that's something you'll learn about me, is I tend to add on everything when, yeah, it's just how I am. I tend to stack everything even when something hard's happening. And on top of this all, I decided to add YouTube into the mix. I actually started YouTube less than a month ago, so I added it into the mix. But it has also been a great refresher, because I love creating content and sharing what I am feeling in real time and going through. So this is it. But it's definitely been hard. And I think in these moments I've had emotions like I would get very frustrated or angry all of a sudden and not realize that I was getting angry and just running with it and just becoming mad at my partner or at people around me. And this is pretty unusual for me. So what I've done, or at least tried to do, so that I could feel better, is the first thing I did is I actually accepted that this is where I am. And when you see my face when I say I accepted, let's say more, I am still in the process of accepting. I think with emotions, the most important is like any situation is reaching a state of acceptance, of, you know, radical acceptance. There's a book that I'm meaning to read about this, but acceptance, surrendering, and just trying to constantly remind myself that a lot is happening right now, and it's okay to not feeling my best, even though I do not like it, even though I've enjoyed feeling really good for the past few months, years. It's life, and sometimes there's nothing you can do but accept and surrender. So I've been really trying to practice that and reminding myself and self-talking to myself and reminding myself consistently that what I'm going through right now is harder, and it's okay to feel that way. It really is. And even just saying it, like, I don't know if you can feel that through the camera, but it really feels like my body is relaxing a little bit more, and that I am feeling a little bit relaxed about all of this. So I think this is the first thing. And then after acceptance, I've really tried to build more awareness of when I am feeling that way. And this, I think this is what has been hard, because usually when I am feeling, let's say when I have more space emotionally, I've built the habit of really quickly becoming aware of a strong emotion coming on, naming it, and so being able to process it in real time pretty quickly, like in a matter of a few minutes, and also not reacting right away to the emotion. I think it's the biggest thing, right? Emotions are absolutely normal. There are messages from our body, and they're nothing to be ashamed of or judge, but I think what matters is what you do when an emotion comes on, right? And for someone like me who likes having control over things, if you haven't reached that conclusion after so many videos, I am telling you now, that is the secret. I feel like it's really hard to be more frustrated and to be more angry and to share that anger and frustration more quickly, to be more reactive with the people around me than I usually am. I feel like I should be better than that. I feel like with all my practice, all my learning, I should be better than that. But the reality is, I'm still a human, and this is what I am currently experiencing, and I am doing my best, like all of us. But still, I am trying to bring back more awareness. I'm trying to realize when a strong emotion is coming on, when I am tired, when I need to do something about it, and I am trying to become better at it. And I think the third thing is really anchoring into what makes me feel good right now and trying to be nicer to myself. I actually had that conversation with my manager because I have such high standards, and I feel like with everything happening, I can't meet those high standards, which are a pretty perfectionist standard, but still I think they're pretty high. And he was telling me that it's okay. Like, I mean, the client I'm working with, they are happy with the work I'm doing. And so it is okay to kind of slow down a little bit, and it is okay to have a harder time, but still, like, it's hard. So I'm trying to give myself grace. I think this is the word I was looking for. And to be more caring with myself, more nurturing, and to be okay with the fact that right now I'm not feeling the best, and I don't know when it's gonna pass. And I think this is the hardest, right? And to accept that I might be great at managing my emotions when I have a lot of emotional space. And if I've never talked about this, we have like cognitive and emotional space, like this is the mental load. And when things happen, like we think a lot as human of the cognitive load of everything we're consuming through our phones during the day, through our work. But there's also another part to our mental load, which is the emotional part. And the emotional part is, you know, the emotions you feel, but the emotions others feel as well, and that you receive. And so I call that as well, like the space I have mentally and emotionally. And right now, that space is much smaller. And so I am trying to do things that are helpful to create more space. So sleeping better, because if I get a bad night of sleep, this shrinks that space even more. doing things that I enjoy, like hiking, going on a walk, going on dates. My partner and I watched the eclipse this week and it was super nice. I felt like it was a bit underwhelming compared to what I expected because we didn't have a full eclipse here, so it was still night, but it was just so nice. Like the people around us, the atmosphere, the energies. It was just really nice. And as you can see, even when I'm talking about it, it lights me up. I'm trying to connect more with people who I love and to see them. And so I think it's really in those moments where I am trying to find space and to also ask for help and support to be able to create more of that space and figure out if some of the things that I'm doing I can take away or slow down a bit. So I think this is like very important right now, but again, like if you're going through this and if you're like, I feel like I have gotten so good at managing my emotions and it's not the case right now, it's okay too. It doesn't mean that you are completely back at the beginning. It's definitely not the case for me. It doesn't mean that everything you've learned and put into practice and into place is worthless right now and you'll have to start from zero. Not at all. Like I think accepting, surrendering, giving yourself grace is also not going in the direction of everything is bleak and I'm gonna have to start over, and it's kind of finding that balance. Though obviously when my emotions are all over the place, I can be quicker to go to a place that is a bit bleaker than usual, a bit more bleak. But yeah, so I just wanted to share an honest take on what it is to live with your emotions as a human. And even when you're really good at managing them, when you've gotten really good, you still have a finite space that, you know, I think you can grow and I think you can practice becoming more in tune with your emotions and managing them better. But you're still human. Sometimes events outside of your control are gonna throw you off, and that's okay. So if you are going through something tough right now, please share. I hope we can support each other. I hope you're not going through something tough, but if you are, I hope you know you're not alone. And please subscribe. I will keep on sharing things about managing your emotions and how to live a full life even when things don't go always your way, and even when you go through hard things. I mean, I have gone through burnout, I have gone through depression. I was diagnosed a few years back with a chronic illness called multiple sclerosis, a neurologic chronic illness, and I still want to live my best life. And this is what this entire YouTube channel is about, and showing you that it is possible, even though it's not perfect, even though it's hard sometimes, it's still possible to live your best life and to keep on being optimistic and positive and want to do good in this world, even when tougher things have happened to you. So yeah, I'm happy you're here. Please subscribe and I'll see you tomorrow because I post every day on this channel. See you soon. Bye.